Okay, we are back for the final installment of what I sold to Fashionphile and why. I have the list here. I am getting text messages from a friend about life things, but I'll message them afterward. Again, preface this with these are the items that I sold to Fashionphile. I have sold to Rebag, Real, Keeks, Personal, Poshmark, you name it. Fashionphile is just the place that has the best organization with photos and all that jazz, but the place I've sold the most to. I have greatly reduced my collection, so this is not the only place. This is just the easily found place. If you like this type of format, I'm more than happy to try and remember what I've sold in the past for other places. Or you can always comment an item that you have in your collection and whether or not you should buy or sell, but I'll be honest, it would be hard for me to tell you what you should and should not buy, own, or sell, because the reality is these items, the whole point of alleged quality is that it will last a lifetime. And it's whether or not it is something that fits your aesthetic, your desires, your vibe throughout your lifetime and what you do with it, not what I tell you to do with it. So I can give you my opinion based on how I like to wear things, but it might not align with you. That being said, let's get started in something that took the world for storm, and so I fell for it too. We have the Gucci belt. The Marmont took us all. Ooh, I was a baddie with this. But what's funny, I had my Kelly bag and this, feeling like I was something in my little de-stress tight pants and an animal print shirt and a black hat. Ooh, could not tell me nothing in that era. Yeah, that was a time. But anyway, next I had a clutch because, as I've talked to y'all before, I didn't like the other clutches I had because I didn't feel like true clutches. And if I was going to go somewhere, I wanted to have an elevated clutch. Sometimes I wish I still had this, but the reality is I don't actually often think about it because I don't go to events where I need a clutch. But the Louis Vuitton Tyga Pochette Belaya, whatever the flip it's named, is what's on the screen. I sold that. I really liked it. It was spacious. It was like the same color as this, which is the desk agenda cover. So very much vibe. It was getting older though, so I was seeing the lines like I am in this. It was time for her to go. So I didn't use it often. It was getting dust. I had no reason for it. So bye, girl. Next we have the Demia Graphite Zippy Wallet. I bought this because I wanted the Zippy Wallet, but I wanted to be more mask in that era. And so, although I liked the shape of the monogram one more, I chose this one thinking it's basically the same thing. It is not the same thing. I should not have purchased this item to begin with. I used it for a bit, but the reality was I did end up buying the monogram version and loved that so much more that I bought it again in Omprod, gave my mom the canvas one, and this one just sat there for years, as I still currently have wallets that just sit in my closet for years, and I have no real purpose for them. One day will sell, one day give it to somebody, I don't know. Things happen, but that was that. Next is going to be the Tiffany Sterling T-squared bracelet, which I, as well, let's add this to it too. Tiffany's, this was a elephant bracelet I also obtained. Both of these were bought through a friend at Tiffany's, ex-friend. I've talked a lot about ex-friends in these last two parts, unfortunately. Chapters change. But those were bought because the elephant one was because it was on the employee site. Got it for a great price. Didn't fit. So off she went. The other one I did wear, but because of my love bracelet, it kept sliding over. It was awkward. It was finicky. I wasn't here for it. I do wear an Hermes bracelet now more often than not. You'll see it on my OOTDs if I ever post on here, but most likely on my TikTok, that those tend to be the only two things that I do wear here. And then I'll wear Cartier and Hermes or Mejuri or whatever on the rings. But because it didn't go with the love bracelet, I'm not putting a silver item over a love bracelet. Come on now. So that was out. Next was going to be the Telfar small shopping bag. I still do have some of these at my other house, but This one I decided to sell because I didn't wear the yellow often, as well as the size didn't work for me. I would have used the medium, but the reality is the Telfar silhouette doesn't work for me in general. It's either too big or too small. It doesn't hit where I need it to hit for my needs. It is a hit when it comes to design, the look, the material. I love it. It just doesn't fit my lifestyle. So unfortunately, it's one of those that I love from afar. So that ended up leaving the collection. Next is going to be this house check studded zip wallet. This I bought back when I used cash a lot and coins were a thing. So I would put this in my apron while I was a server, and I would use it to give people their change should they use cash, as well as when in my very, very first apartment, we did not have washer and dryer in the apartment. It was a part of the complex, so I would go down and use my quarters in there. So that's what that was for. The next one I partnered with, I had the same bag as Kyle Richards from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or The Halloween, if you know her from that much further. I felt like such a baddie having this, and I absolutely adored this. I have the unboxing or the reveal on my page way back when, because I believe I purchased it the second time when I bought my Birkin or when I bought my Kelly, either one from Fashionphile. I ended up reselling it because I didn't really use it often, but it was the Saint Laurent calfskin large high school bag. Oh, so pretty. I still really do love this look. It just doesn't fit my aesthetic. And because I have changed in vibe, I would rather have it go to somebody who can find use versus just having it to have it. Speaking of having it to have it, I didn't have a Burberry bag anymore in collection, so I eventually bought this one here. I decided to sell this one as well. I used it like 3 times. Wasn't fitting the way that I would like to fit my things as well. It was annoying to get in and out of with the interior zipper, so it was a goner. Now, one of them that I really did like, but again, wasn't as functional for me, Annie Alma. I've sold multiple Almas. I don't know why I keep buying them, but the Alma Epi PM, gorgeous blue color. I bought it for the color, which I've done in the past as well. I bought a pair of Louboutin heels before in a blue very similar to this, simply because the color. I used to be swayed very easily into spending thousands of dollars. Not that person anymore, but I used it 5, maybe 12 times. Off it went. This next one I bought as a spite gift to myself. My feet are falling asleep. Sorry. I bought this particular handbag. Wasn't expensive, but it was still a moment. And sometimes when I go to the clubs, now that I'm back into nightlife, I regret not having it. It's this YSL wallet on chain. I initially was going to the mall that day to shop at Louis Vuitton, but I didn't go to my normal client advisor. I didn't go to my normal Louis Vuitton. At that point, I was in Dallas, and I had multiple friends who shopped at multiple different stores. We decided to go to their store, which was the North Park standalone men's store back when they were separate. I don't know if they're separate still. I don't go to North Park often anymore. But anyway, they gave so much attitude and so much disrespect. I did not want to give a single dollar to anyone on that team. So we left. We were walking through the mall. We all went to Saint Laurent. We all bought things. We all had bags. We walked past, let them see, and we said bye-bye. Not here for that. That team has changed since then, because I have gone back since then, and they have been nicer, but that was, not a vibe. Now, the next item, another Saint Laurent, the Nikki. I think about this bag often, actually. If I found this at a good price, I possibly would consider removing something else from my collection and obtaining this. I don't know what I would, but the strap was very long. It was comfortable. The leather felt quality, but also very durable, so I could wear it through any type of weather. It was really a workhorse handbag, but I was at a point in my life where I felt like YSL wasn't high enough, because at this point I started shopping at Chanel and Hermes, and again, working on the elitist energy, because none of that really mattered, but in my mind at that point in my life, it did, and so YSL was not good enough. And so I decided to let go of it. Speaking of Chanel, I did have the bag I actually unboxed here on this channel, which I really did love. I don't know if I said it in the initial unboxing, but I bought this handbag not because I wanted this size, but I wanted this collection. It was the fall winter 2019 or 2020, one of the two collections. I wanted that collection so bad. I wanted the size larger than this, but they already sold out of it. And unfortunately, this is what they had. I was happy about it at the time. Strap is too short. I didn't lose weight. Didn't have a reason for a bag like this. So off she went. She's gone. Another Chanel bag, which sometimes I think about as well, but thinking of corner wear, I'm okay with it. The Chanel Boy and the Chevron. I did like this one. I actually made some of my best business deals because of this handbag, because we had conversation due to it, as well as one of my other Chanels that I didn't sell here, but I had another blue Chanel. Shocker, my favorite color is blue. Oh gosh, my color's blue. But anyway, I was afraid of long-term wear and tear on that bag, so I said goodbye. Now, speaking of wear and tear, if you know Celine, you have the Fashionphile era, you know of the Celine sag. Over time, these handbags are gorgeous quality, thick leather. They tend to sag and droop in ways that a lot of handbags don't necessarily have that aesthetic look when it occurs. We have the mini luggage here, not the nano. The nano's a small one. The mini is still a pretty big girl. I started to see the sag. I didn't want it. I was done with it. Now, after that, we have a couple repeats. So I've already discussed how I don't like Almas. Here's another Alma, which, funny enough, I sold another Alma just a few weeks ago. I love the look. I love the look of it. It's structured. It's cute. It's petite. It's a design that even when other brands do it, it looks like Louis Vuitton did it first, which I believe they are the ones. Either them or I don't know. I don't care. Just I love the look of the Louis Vuitton version of this bowling bag style over anybody else. But it's just not conducive to my lifestyle. So I have to love from afar. But sold that. And then, but during that era, I would wear charms on my bags because it was the times, which I know the times are coming back, but I'm not going to get into it. I'm not spending extra money to put a little blingity bling on my stuff. But I did have this charm that I would use, and I loved because it had mixed metals. You could really use it with anything. I didn't really photo too often with it because, again, it did blur the lines of the feminine and masculine more to the feminine side, and I was not comfortable with my side fully in that regard. But going on to the next item, we do have the outlet Gucci belt. I bought this well before I think I bought the Marmont version of it. And I bought it mainly because I wanted a Gucci belt so I can have a designer belt, because at that time I don't believe I had any designer belts. And it was like $100, $200 at the time. And I could say I had a Gucci belt before the Marmont thing, but it wasn't the Marmont. So I wasn't like, oh, I have a Gucci belt. It was more like I have a designer belt. It just happened to be Gucci. I got fat, y'all. I can't fit in it. What am I using a belt that's way too small for me for? Anyway, next item is going to be the Saint Laurent Sac de Jour in this gorgeous white and python. You good? Yeah, he's good. Anyway, I bought the Sac de Jour white with python. I adored it. I did start to see the lifting of the python, which is natural for that particular material. I was not a fan of that, and I definitely am not a fan of white handbags. As you've seen in one of the previous episodes, I've discussed how white bags terrify me because of color transfer, so I've worn this to events, and that was it. I never wore it for full days just because of the delicacy of the actual piece itself. So off she went. Now, funny enough, I bought this next wallet twice. I've already talked about how I sold it before. I liked it more in the canvas, and I did like it in the canvas, but I always bought it because it was in replacement of what it wasn't being sold anymore, which was the Sippy Compact, which I now bought on the resale to get what I really wanted, which is a sign to all of y'all. Buy what you really want. Don't buy for anybody else. Don't buy whatever. I can discuss all that multiple times. Tangents. Let's get back on it. The Vasco wallet in Demi Graphite. I bought this, loved it, used it for a while, ended up going to smaller card holders and what have you for a while, and I just stopped using it. Speaking of card holders, I had the Louis Vuitton reverse monogram. I bought this twice because I sold it once, really wanted it again. I actually got it right when it launched. Thankfully, I had client advisors in multiple states, so I just started I already text my group chat going, who has it, who can mail it? The first time. Second time, it was super easy to get. I think I ordered it online or just got it in person, because I still have the Pochette Matisse in the reverse monogram. But again, I'm not a card holder girly. I keep trying to push myself into being things that I'm not a part of. We've accepted, we've learned, we listen, we don't judge, and we're moving forward. Now, the next item is going to be another one of those giant, large kirigami, whatever thingies in the khaki. This was a gift from an ex-friend, which that is a whole story time in itself, which I haven't fully decided whether or not I'm going to divulge, but basically, they put me in a lot of mess and set me up for failure very badly. And unfortunately, at that point in time, I did need to sell to purchase other items, like a lease. So that's one of the items that I did sell. Did love the color. I love the khaki collection, but off she went. Now this one somewhat sometimes pains me that I sold, but also I remember it was vintage. This is the Kelly Cellier 32 in the gold color. Bought it for myself for my birthday one year and absolutely adored it. But when purchasing it, because I did buy it resale, I didn't do full dip, dive, and duck, and whatever the case. I just saw that it was only like $11,000, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need that. That's such a great price for a gold on gold hardware. She's vintage. And the vintage ones only have the one ring, not the two. And I noticed that my strap was pushing the... I'm not messing up a $12,000, $11,000, whatever dollar bag. Which is also why I don't want to buy any more $10, $11, $12, $13, $14, $20,000 bags. Because I'm not at that price point, lifestyle-wise. And I can't... I can't justify the price. 2, I'm terrified of destroying it. And 3, I will destroy it. I throw my bags around. So... love you, girl. I'll see you from afar. Okay? Okay? I won't be shooting for the Kellys and Perkins. Done it. Lived it. Still a couple, but I can't do it anymore. So I did sell that one first. I'm considering selling my red one, my red Kelly, but when I do wear it, it's a vibe. It's not your basic red. I really do like that one. Anyway, next is the Chanel Caviar card holder, which I really liked this wallet. I might have done an unboxing here way back when. Actually, I did. It's when I came back for a short stint. I really did like this wallet. I stopped using it because I started using the pocket organizer. And then I kept telling myself, minimize, minimize, minimize. What do I really want to use? What brings me joy? And this one, although classic, iconic, etc., I'm not classic, iconic, etc. I like to have a little color. Not like extensive amounts of color, but pops of color. And so I was using the pocket organizer in my alpaca, my bags blue that I wear always in some capacity. Like this is actually using a mix. I painted these myself. But it's a mix between alpaca, my bags, a sheer, and some glitter, as well as some other blue. But it's pretty true alpaca. Also, don't look too close because they're not the best. I'm still learning. They are gel. But yeah, I wish I could show you the sparkle because I tried to make it an ombre sparkly. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I sold that. I still have way too many wallets. I stick to the zippy compact for the most part. I still have the pocket organizer. I still have one zippy coin, multiple key pouches. I have a couple others. And again, we're working on decluttering. But the final item was my first... No? Was it my first purchase from Cartier? It might either be my first or my second purchase from Cartier. It's the Love Wedding Band, which I still do have one in white gold. I still have my Justin Clue ring, but I got rid of this one because it... Actually, it says that I bought... Did I buy something out? It says amount. Oh yeah, it sent back directly to me. So, since I've been paid. It doesn't fit. And again, I kept holding on to things because I think they will fit me one day when I lose weight. If I do lose the weight, great, I'll buy it again. If I really want it. I have the Justin Clue and my Hermes ring that I really do like pairing together. So I don't think that one would fit for me. And moving forward, I have the Love bracelet. I would prefer another Love bracelet or something of white gold here or pink gold. But yeah, didn't fit my needs anymore and I couldn't wear it. So off she went. But that is all 106 items that I have sold to Fashionphile over the last few years. Let me know your thoughts on the items I showed today. Are there some of these items that you said you're a dumb B, you should not have sold that? Because some of these I kind of moderately agree, but I can't tell you any of these. I think of every single day going, oh my God, I wish I didn't sell that. So being that I don't have that level of regret, I'm in a good place with it. And there's plenty more I'm going to be selling. I have a full list, like literally wrote it down the other day on my iPad. Let me pull it up. Did I put it in here? Yeah. I have a whole entire list here of things that I'm considering selling: shoes, bags, clothing, scarves, you name it, where I'm selling to, what's going where, and what's getting price comparisons, which I can make a full video if y'all would like, but that's that. I'm getting really excited for the tiny living, which I think my next video after this one, before I show what I'm going to sell and what have you, is going to be explaining why I want to go to tiny, what's my vision in the next 5 to 10 years, and the reasons why I have gone from literally growing up with consistently being told we didn't have money to do anything and struggling and not eating at lunch because we didn't have the money. I'm eating my friends' leftovers, to then amassing this large amount of things with zero debt, by the way. The only debt I have right now is my car, which a car payment is very common, as well as my one mortgage. That's it. I don't have credit card debt. Might be getting a credit card debt soon, but that'd be to buy the van or something. That'd be to do that. So yeah, I want to deconstruct all the things that my personality has been very highly focused on relatively soon with y'all. So stay tuned and we'll go from there. But I'll talk to you soon. Like, comment, subscribe, do the things, and we'll go from there. Bye.